Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we are making Rajbhog Prasadam. This is for the temple. So I'm just supposed to take rice and capsicum aloo sabji. Other devotees are bringing other items. But for home, I'm making Parupum Neyum. Parupum Neyum means dal with ghee. So this is a traditional Kerala recipe which is very beautiful and it's very healthy. Even for young babies, 1 year old, we can start to give this parupum name with rice mashed nicely. It's a very healthy recipe. So for that I am boiling dal in a traditional way. So this is a traditional method. Even the rice, if you see, it's cooked in a traditional way. But I'm just boiling potatoes in the pressure cooker. So it's already boiled. And I'm also cutting some capsicums for the aloo capsicum sabji. Okay, so as we proceed, I will continue. Yesterday, I spoke about the verse Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam, but there was a little mistake. Let me correct the verse and chant it the right way. Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yo me bhaktya pranashyati Tad aham bhaktyuparatam Ashnami prayatatmanaha. So here, as we know, Krishna says that you should offer fruit, flowers, leaf and water. So whatever Krishna has told that we can offer, we should actually offer. And Prabhupada says grains and milk, we can make innumerable number of prasadam items. So this is the way, and our consciousness, as I told you, should be right when we cook for Krishna. We should have the right consciousness, and we should always remember that we are cooking for Krishna, not for our own senses. So that's why before it is offered to Krishna, it is bhoga, and once it's offered to Krishna, it becomes transcendental and it becomes prasadam, because Krishna has accepted that bhoga which we have offered. So in our lives, everything is actually bhoga, but when we offer it to Krishna, then it becomes prasadam. So prasadam is very important. Krishna says prasadam adhigacchati. So we should always try to satisfy Krishna by offering everything we have. Actually, we don't have anything. Everything belongs to Krishna, but we offer it with love and devotion back to him. So that is actually the way of Krishna consciousness. And our consciousness should always be to please Krishna. Hare Krishna. So in the traditional method of cooking the rice, we keep the exact amount of rice. Now, once the rice boils, what we do is we just reduce the flame and then cover it tightly. And then after about a few seconds or about a minute, we switch off the flame. So the water and the rice actually cooks on its own because of the heat which was produced earlier when we boil the rice nicely. So here the dal also is very beautifully cooking, and this traditional stone utensil is so good for cooking dal, sambar, rasam, even so many other items, because it cooks very fast. The heat is maintained beautifully in this vessel. That's why stone, iron, then brass, all these are the traditional mud. Yeah, these are the traditional items used for cooking. So as far as possible, if we can use these traditional items in our life, it's actually good for us. Hare Krishna. So as you see, the parupu or the dal is nicely cooked. It's very beautiful consistency now. So To this, we add ghee and salt. So in the traditional recipe, we just add ghee and salt. But to make it more vibrant, more, more beautiful, you want the recipe, you can alter by adding other masalas like jeera, urad dal, chana dal, then curry leaves, chili. So that is another way of making the recipe. But the traditional recipe is just with ghee and salt. We have put about 2 to 3 tablespoons of desi ghee into this, and in goes our salt. We're using about a tablespoon of salt. That will do, because the salt should never overpower any recipe. And this combined with rice is sufficient. It's so healthy, it's full of protein, and the ghee is so nutritious. Anything from mother cow is very, very nutritious, and then goes in the salt to flavor it. Hare Krishna. Usually everyone feels that the dal needs to be pressure cooked, otherwise it doesn't cook. But I'll give you a tip. Wash the dal nicely, add hot water. Once you add hot water and then cook it, the dal, especially in stone, it's called as a stone pot, or kalchatti in Malayalam, in Tamil. So if you cook in kalchatti, it actually cooks fast. It just took me 15 minutes to cook the dal. Another tip is that we should be able to multitask when we are cooking for Krishna. So first, we cut the potatoes, we kept it in the pressure cooker. Simultaneously, we washed the rice, kept it ready. And then we boiled the dal and we kept it ready. So all the three. And when all this are boiling, we cut the capsicum. So that way we are not wasting time. Another tip is to cut the potatoes into half when you actually boil them, because then it's easier to remove the skin. That way it becomes very easy to remove the skin. Hare Krishna. So we are going to lightly mash the potatoes. Not too much, because this recipe doesn't need it to be mushy. Just slightly to enhance the flavor. That's it. Add oil. About a teaspoon of oil is added. To this, add a little bit of jeera. Very little jeera. Then the lightly mashed potato. The chopped capsicum is also added, and we mix it nicely. We don't need to cook the capsicum too much, isn't it? The flavor should be there and it should look nice. And now, along with this, we add the other ingredients. A little bit of chili powder, very little. This is magic masala. This is a very nice this one. I bought it from Calcutta. when we had gone, before going to Mayapur, we stayed at ISKCON Calcutta. So we bought this masala from there. So we add about a teaspoon, a little bit of ghee, very little, about half teaspoon of pepper, and about half teaspoon of turmeric, about a tablespoon of salt, and we give it a nice mix. Now combine all together very nicely. Because the potato is still very hot, it actually helps the capsicum to cook better. That doesn't mean we should stop the cooking process now. We should allow it to cook for some time. Nicely mix with the salt, the masalas are nicely cooked. So if we actually organize like this, we can finish the whole process of cooking within 45 minutes to 1 hour. We don't need too much time in cooking. We can actually cook, very fast. Don't forget the base, otherwise the base gets to burn. And I'm using iron kadai, right? So here also it cooks evenly. It's not that one part is cooked, the other part is not cooked. Nothing like that. Okay? So in the end, we put coriander leaves, and now we are squeezing half a lemon to enhance the flavor. And then the recipe is ready. So thank you so much for watching. Always chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much for watching. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.